How's it going, everybody? Timmy D here with BackStage360 magazine, and I'm sitting with Angie and Joe from the Swansons, based out of right here in Southern California. Rock and roll. How you guys doing?
We're doing fabulous.
We are doing great, thank you.
Now, we are here at the San Diego House of Blues this evening, and they're going to be doing a little bit different style of, well, from what I am informed. So I'm going to let you guys elaborate on this, but tonight I am informed that you're kind of going to the right a little bit with the normal Swanson style. Can you elaborate for BackStage360?
Yes, that is correct. Tonight we are going it alone. Angie and I will be flying in all the tracks from our amazing Nashville musicians, and we will be performing live in sync with our video that we've been preparing for quite some time now.
Right.
So it ought to be very interesting and entertaining.
So you are premiering your brand new video. The song is called
Move Forward.
You like how I did that? I snuck that in there. Move Forward. Where did you guys shoot that video?
Boy, all over different locations in Southern California. We did a little bit at our house, a little bit at my parents' house, a little bit at the video guy's house. So just
Ontario, Apple Valley.
That's right, little Apple Valley, little Victorville, little Rancho Cucamonga, and that's pretty much where we kept it. Yeah.
So pretty much the San Gabriel Valley.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that valley. I kind of have this love-hate with San Fernando Valley, San Gabriel Valley. What valley do I like more? What accent do I want to adopt more? Do I want to be like, cool, bro? Or do I want to be like, cool, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how close were you guys to San Dimas when you were shooting that? Do you know the valley at all?
Yeah, not too far. San Dimas is about 20 minutes away.
Yeah, 20.
Okay, so the follow-up question to that is, did you ever see Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
It's been a long time, but yes.
It's just one of my favorite movies, and it was shot in San Dimas. So, you know, a little bit of rock and roll lineage. All right, let's get to brass tacks. You guys won an award for the Fame Awards for Best Country
Album of the Year for Country This.
Oh, it's Best Country Album. As far as that goes, producing and working in Nashville, did you guys kind of walk in there expecting a little bit more of a leg up, or were you like, oh no, are we going to get judged a little bit more because we did this in Nashville?
Well, we figured it actually a little bit of both, but more importantly, we had an opportunity to work with some of the best musicians in country music, which benefited us in ways that we could have never even imagined. You know, so it made our record just a top level piece of work that we just could not have anticipated going in. Coming out, we'll never turn back. That's where we're going to be making our records.
That's right.
It's like once you've tasted the honey from the honey tree, you don't want to get it from the market anymore. I want that good honey.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, okay, so you guys started roughly in 2012, from what I understand. The journey that you're on, it's now been 6 years. How have do you guys feel you've grown, changed your style from the original idea of what you were doing going into the project?
Tremendously. We've been developing this project and this idea for over 5 years. And when we first started this, we never thought we would get this far. And it's been a learning process the entire time. And we just honestly, we just been taping ourselves since the beginning, and we watch the tape like a football player watches their games. We've been watching our tape and making it better and just getting our look down. When we first started, we were just started, so we did the look, and everything has came along over time.
Yeah, we started without a real game plan like most people do in music. You know, we started with a dream, and here we are today.
Love it. As far as, would you say it's more of an evolution, or have you made at any point like a sharp turn when you were developing and you're like, we're going to go this way?
We made a sharp turn. We made a commitment to country music when we made our record in Nashville. Alternative country is what they've labeled us, alternative country rock. But this is the lane that we're going to stay in. We've made this commitment, and this is where we're going to stay.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit of shop. You guys go to Nashville. You're working with these artists now. Were there some of those musicians that stuck in your mind and actually helped elevate your sound? And if so, Please elaborate.
Let me just tell you this, first and foremost. We have a Grammy Award-winning guitar player in Brent Mason. If you've never heard of him, you should. The man is amazing. Aside from Brent, we have Jim Riley from Rascal Flatts on drums. This is just something that we could have never dreamed of. This man is amazing, the way that he plays his instrument, the focus that he has, the overall energy and positive energy that he has and that he brings to our project is just simply unbelievable. And then our producer, Bill Watson, plays bass on our project, and many, many other talented musicians, if we'd like to mention any of them.
Yes, we also are very fortunate to have on fiddle. She plays live with Blake Sheldon and Steven Tyler, and she actually is on a very wonderful record, John Party, if you heard of him. She's
Yes.
on all his, as well as Our Country. Her name is Janae Fleener. So
Yes.
we're fortunate to have her, and then of course the great Stephen King on keys, which he plays session now, but like 8 years ago he was touring around with Keith Urban. So these guys are seasoned.
And Michael Duche, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Michael Duche on harp and on steel guitar.
Steel pedal guitar.
Played with ZZ Top and many others. Another
And
amazing musician.
He brought in his Dukes of Hazzard steel pedal guitar. That's actually the original, and it's autographed. And he was just a very kind soul and played on all our music. And they're still coming in and playing. We have another album, a follow-up that is in production right now. So we're very excited.
Yes.
All those players are they're so excited. We're so excited. And gosh.
And we will be performing with them live November 13th at the Hard Rock Live in Las Vegas, where we'll be receiving Best Country Duo.
I've got a question about the Hard Rock in Las Vegas. How do you feel about it now? It's gone through some reformation. It's gone through almost a renaissance. Have you guys been there since
Yes.
they've? Yes.
We played April 7th there, and the store's the bottom level, but if you go up to the third floor, it's where they have their concert, a beautiful stage and a bar, and the views of the whole strip is right there. It's literally top notch. I love it. I can't wait to play there again.
Every time I go to that hotel, I find myself spending somewhere between a half an hour to an hour walking around looking at the memorabilia.
Staring at stuff, yeah.
Is there a piece of memorabilia that you've seen where you almost, for me, it was seeing the Clash when they used to have the Clash there, seeing that and being like, oh my gosh, this was signed by this person. Is there a piece of memorabilia that you saw and looked at and kind of felt a connection, like, wow, this person actually took the time to sign this, and now I'm kind of connecting there?
You know, I felt that with so many various pieces inside of there that one specific one really doesn't come to mind. Each and every one, I kind of stop and stare and wonder, you know, and I'm kind of enthralled by, you know, the artist and what they represent. So for me, not anything one specific, pretty much all of the stuff is
Yeah, I
nostalgic.
was gonna say, every time we're somewhere backstage, all these legendary clubs with House of Blues, or if it's the Whiskey A Go Go, you can feel, if the walls could talk,
Yeah.
like you could feel the energy. And it's not, like he said, it's not one particular artist, it's just knowing that they were all there and that we're treading on the same ground that they treaded on is just an honor, really.
So you guys have played a bunch of shows. You played at, tons of shows. Which one, is there a club, because for me there's a few clubs through the years, is there a club that sticks out in your mind and you were there, and just like you said, if the walls could speak, hopefully it's English so I can understand what they're saying, and part two to that, like, what about that club? Was it the smell? Was there something about it where you're just like, oh, we're here? I mean,
There's something very unique about the Whiskey A Go Go. The vibe in there is very, very, very special, and from an emotional standpoint, you really do feel something nostalgic. That sense of nostalgia in there that adds to the energy, that adds to the show, that adds to the performance, that adds to the audience. It's just a kind of a whole thing in and of itself, you know. We have another venue that we play at the Rose Theater in Pasadena, which doesn't have that kind of nostalgia, but they have had some wonderful acts play there, and it's a beautiful theater, and the backstage area is just awesome. We love performing there, so that's another one of our favorites.
I would have to say, like, a really memorable moment was when we played at the Saban Theater in Beverly Hills, and we got to open for Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
That was literally...
Dankeschön. You're welcome. Wayne Newton. Is there anybody else that you've opened up for along the way that, much like Wayne Newton, where you're like, wow, this is not just rock and roll royalty, but it's musical royalty. It's this lineage, and you almost feel like you have an obligation to hold up the torch and continue with your art and your craft. Is there anybody besides Wayne Newton? I'm canceling him out. Anybody else?
Not anybody in particular. I would just say, because we've played for such a wide range of different types of artists, I think what gets me is that it doesn't matter the genre of music that we're opening for, is that we're able to connect with the different audiences. So if people might not be alternative country people, they might be there to see a reggae band or a Latino band, and we have been able to get them to enjoy us, to open it.
For me, I particularly liked Terry Nunn
yeah.
and Berlin. It was an honor to open for them. She's just awesome, and you know what? She's a really incredible human being, like Wayne Newton. Very, very human, very kind, very endearing. You know, where some of the artists that we perform with are, you know, a little bit not as social, let's say. You know, so disconnected. So Terry Nunn, she's a beautiful artist, and Berlin, it was just an amazing time to open for them.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to take a hard right turn on this interview before we wrap things up. Now, style. To any rock and roller, you look at somebody's style and you go, that person, it's effortless. So let's talk about a little style. This complements this. Favorite piece you're wearing right now? It could be anything. Necklace, vest, what?
Favorite piece I'm wearing right now is my cross.
Let's see that cross.
Had it on my neck for probably 10 years now.
And young lady?
I like to wear the flower.
That's awesome. Let's get a shot of the shoes really quick. Let's get these guys up here, because every rock and roller's got to have the shoes. And mine, obviously, rock and roll. We got the boots here with the gems.
Jordans.
We're giving you rock and rollers out there a little bit of, you know, fashion forward advice. And then wait, one more time, the Reds.
The Jordans here.
The Jordans. Can't go wrong with those, man. Sly as a pie. Well, Joe, Angie, rock and roll. Even though it's country alternative, it seems in this, it's all rock and roll. It is rock and roll. It's in the soul. So it's a pleasure to meet you guys. You be well. Good luck tonight. And you can check out the Swansons. We'll have their information on the screen as it's going to scroll right through. That's what's going. And then you could check out BackStage360 if you click the link up here, or if you click the link down here, you can go to the Swansons. Awesome, you guys. Once again, the Swansons. This is Timmy D for BackStage360. Rock and roll.